Can you use credit cards to buy crypto? In this video, I'm going to go to the details and the risks and the rewards of how to use credit cards, or do you use your bank just to send a wire? But how do you get crypto and how do you begin? So get a pen and paper. This is a big one. And a lot of you beginners, you got to take it slow. In this video today, so specifically today, I want to talk about three things. What are crypto and NFTs, and how do you get in using a credit card? It's fun, it's exciting, it's a low cost to entry. That's why so many people are getting in. And there's a huge risk to it. So we're going to talk about that. Number two, how to use a credit card to do this transaction and the risks associated. So just buyer beware. And what are some bottom line risks and how do you jump in? I want you to start today. I have an NFT program and a whole project called the Millionaire Lions that went with my book, Make Your Kids Millionaires. We just launched. We've hitting bestseller status all over. You can still do our Lions, and it's like $100. It's super easy to get in, and yes, we let you use credit cards. So yes, you can. Credit cards or bank wires, or you just use cash. There's a couple ways to get in and how people do. If you're a beginner, just put your little toe in the water and start with $100, $200, $500,000, whatever's that range for you for beginning numbers. So if you use your credit card, typically the way this is going to work is you're going to pay, and then they're going to gift you the NFT. And if you're using a credit card, you're also going to spend a little more in fees, right? You have merchant service fees. You're also going to have gas fees. The biggest risk for most people is they don't know how to do due diligence. You're just clicking on links. You're not sure, what's there, who's there. I mean, there are so many documented stories of people who have lost, not only hundreds and thousands, we're talking millions of dollars by clicking the wrong link. And where does that money go? I would love to know. That'd be an interesting conversation. So be careful when you're out there. You are going to have a little bit of, more transaction and then delays. That's another risk to this. Your information could get stolen. Your bank information could. So yeah, I'm giving you all the risks straight up front. It's kind of buyer beware when you walk in, which is why I would get in with a small amount and at least get the wallet started and get some feel for what you're doing out there. Also do reputable companies that have been around, right? There's companies that have been around in this space for quite a while, right? There's kind of the big 3 and 4 in the crypto space. Walk in through those, even though, some of the more pro people would say, oh, you want to be over here and you want cold, storage wallet, or you want this, and this is the newest thing. If you're a beginner, I'd walk through the door, mostly public front facing. The companies that have been around, they've tested time for more than a year or two. There's actually people behind them. And there's actually a call center that's going to answer your calls and answer questions. What a novel concept. The newer companies, especially if they're international, and I'm not just picking on the international space, but that's where they live. They have less SEC, FTC, they have less compliance around their operation and organization. So make sure there's a human behind it. There's really a project. So like our Lions, I'll give you an example of those. There's some women that do this beautiful art in Africa. My son actually came home at Christmas and said, so why don't you, to get people to buy a hardback book on Make Your Kids Millionaires, 285-page hardback book, you're going to have to make it sexy. You're going to have to make it a little more exciting than just, oh, here, go buy a book. So for $100, you could buy 2 books and a whole bunch of digital assets. For $500, you could buy 12 books and a bunch of digital assets. For $1,000, you got 24 books and a bunch of digital assets. And then I did a discount on my highest level mentoring program, which is $35,000. For $15 to get a majestic lion, which are stunning. So we walked through the space. We're actually minting and airdropping them as we speak. This is May 2022. And as we're hitting a bestseller list, we're the first author to ever do it. It's super exciting. We have an NFT expert. She's on the speaking circuit. She hangs with the top of the top of the top. And she has helped us do this accurately and right. And I'm going to say in a very simple form. There's other technologies that we could have used that would have cost a lot of money, cost the client a lot of money. These are just 3 simple steps to get from a wallet to an minted where I'm the issuer and I'm airdropping into your wallet. So there's just 3 simple steps in our process to at least get you started. And yes, it starts with a credit card. But I'm going to protect your information. I promise you that. Can't say what's going to happen out there in the wonderful world called the internet, the bathroom wall. So let's just talk about credit cards in general, just some rules so there's some safety around this. In general, don't use your credit card, especially in the crypto space. Right now, the markets are so rough, right? Wall Street's taken a huge fall. The crypto markets have taken a huge fall. So a lot of people are wanting to get in and buy low, and they're overspending. I know some people who have used a credit card because they had a limit of 10,000. They can't pay that off in 10 days. So now you have to think, well, what's the interest going to be? And where are you going to get the money to do it. So if you're going to use credit cards, make sure you have the money to pay. So at least you're going to be paid off in 30 days. And then you can keep a 0% interest. And if you don't know how to get 0% interest, again, search the bar at the top. I have a ton of work on how to do proper credit cards and how to get in and get better credit and get better credit lines. While you're up there on the search bar, you might as well go to the bottom, click that subscription button. I want you here every day. And not just because you subscribed and you're going to get a little bell every morning. I need your eyes out here every morning in your brain, learning financial literacy, 10 to 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week, please, and share. Share with your family and friends, especially you younger folks watching that want to get in the crypto space and your parents are like, no way, we're not doing it. Get them on my channel. We'll get financially literate together and you can all be moving through this new asset class and learning together as a family. So a few things about credit cards is just the financial system, the financial services system. If you want good credit and you really want to be viable to banks and better lines of credit, you need to use it right. So a few rules: you want 5 to 7 cards. You want to never pay them off all at one time. You want to rotate your payments. So you always have money in the system. What they're looking for is money in and money out. And are you viable, responsible with what you have, right? I think there's even a biblical term that says if you're not responsible for the small amount you have, you're not going to get any more. So be responsible small amounts, and as you grow and you become a bigger entrepreneur, and I'd love to help you be a 6-figure entrepreneur, that'd be fun, if not 7 or 8 figures. But we got to start with some, I'd say some safety procedures, especially on credit cards and when you're walking into the crypto space. A few other things, I'm going to tell you some horror stories, just things to be aware of. There's some really fun projects and they're viable, they're real. Like I know the people behind them and they're promising to help you get in safely and they're putting actually a little bit of cash back on it. The problem in those models is if you click the wrong link, why are they responsible for why do they have the consequence of your, responsible or irresponsible behavior? You've got to be careful. There's a lot of volatility. There's a lot of scams and even 1 or 2, either phrases or pieces of your code of your wallet that are off could kick you out and you could lose your money. And I don't know where you're going to get it back. The reason I like credit card companies, but I have not seen a ruling or a decision on this, is if you were frauded and you used your credit card, will they back you? I'm going to say in this day and age, it's a no. For sure the bank won't, but would a credit card if you are the one that actually did the transaction? I highly doubt they're going to do it in the crypto space. There might be some laws and regulations that might grow into that. If anybody's out there and really knows the truth, go to my AskLoral.com page and tell us where to find that information. We aren't able to find it or see it, and most credit card companies would just say, don't do it. So I'm telling you it's okay to do it. You can do it. I've done it. It takes some days to drop and it's a little more expensive, but it is a way to start. All right, before I wrap up, just a little recap of all of it, right? So I'm actually going to kind of read off, again, credit cards are yes and risky. So watch what you're doing. Make sure you're really monitoring where your links are going. Use the same wallet and don't give your codes to anybody. Again, transaction fees might be a little higher and days to drop. Now, remember, when days to drop means when it actually drops is the purchase price. So in this volatile pricing market, if you think you're buying at the low and you're not going to, actually get your currency for 5-7 days, you've got to watch a little more of the trend. So you're not really buying at the low. You're going to buy 5 days later, 7 days later. So just watch those things, be aware, stay in a conversation with us, stay on this channel. What I'd like you to do, again, go to AskLoral.com. You can click one of 2 buttons or both of them, ask a question or make a request. And from there, we're going to send you out an application. See if you want to work with us. We want to work with you. I also have an event I do every 3 weeks. You can say, I'd just like to go to an event and learn more about your conversation. Now, most of that conversation at that event has been duplicated out here on many, 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 many videos of YouTube. Stay right here every day, 5 days a week, 10 to 15 minutes. Get financially literate. Let's do this together. Let's do it smart. Talk to you tomorrow.